Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, A Tall Girls Podcast, hosted by, yes, a tall girl named India, who happens to be me. I hope you guys are doing great on this Thursday. I hope your week is going great. I hope that your weekend is filled with fun activities, and I hope it's going to be awesome because I know mine is. So I'm going to get straight into it. Today, I was going to talk about something else involving social media and toxicity and all that great stuff, but I decided to talk about a different subject because something happened to me a few days ago, and that something is called shopping. Yeah, I know that might have sounded super serious at first. But I mean, this isn't to say that it's not a serious topic, because when you're tall like me, especially a tall girl, it's something that and I'm pretty sure many other tall women have struggled with for so many years, and I feel like it kind of deserves a little bit of recognition, to say the least. So I'm gonna get into it. So the other day, I went shopping with my good friend for dinner that I went to, in that moment we're going to, but by the time this is up, that we went to. By the way, I have a mini vlog type of thing on that on my socials, so if you want to check that out at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram and Pinterest, it'll be linked below, so you could check out how that went. But anyways, we were talking about what I should wear. And I remember we were having a conversation in the car. She was just listing things, and I wasn't really, I don't want to say hearing it, but it wasn't resonating with me, because I know back in the day, I used to plan before I went shopping, and always being disappointed, mainly because of my height, and I couldn't fit what I wanted to wear. So usually I like to go in just not having anything set in stone. And I know they say that, when you're shopping, have a plan so you don't go out of your budget and you don't overspend and stuff like that. But personally, I prefer to go in with just a blank slate, an open mind, so that when I get something, it's not like I'm disappointed because I planned for something else. It's like, okay, this is something that works for me, even though I didn't plan for it. But we were talking about all of that, and her ideas just weren't resonating with me. And she literally blurted out that I dressed like a grandma on the day that we hung out a while ago. It was a while ago. We went out to the city and we wanted to dress nice. So that day, for reference, I wore a midi dress. And if you don't know what a midi dress is, it's a dress that's longer than your knees, that goes past your knees, but it's higher than your feet. So it's kind of like in the middle between your ankles and your knees, in the calf area, I would say. But I was wearing a midi dress that day. And honestly, I thought I looked great. Not even I thought, I knew I looked great. The dress is something that I feel it's made for women who are on the taller side rather than the shorter side. But I don't want to discriminate, obviously, against shorter people, because they can rock it too. I've seen many women who are 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", who are wearing midi dresses, and it looks great on them. But it also looks good on taller women too, So I didn't see it as a problem at the time, and I still don't. So many women wear dresses at that length, whether you see it on social media or just in the street, strangers, any of that. It's not something that's strange. Like, people wear stuff like that. So I'm definitely not the only person that would wear a dress at that length either. But that's not the main point. It was more so the part when she said that I dressed like a grandma, that I I don't want to say I didn't really like, it just hit me differently that day. And it didn't bother me because I look amazing in whatever I wear. So anyone's opinion, even the ones that are closest to me, it doesn't really matter. That sounds so bad, but honestly, your own opinion of yourself is the most important opinion, because you're stuck with yourself for your entire life. But so many people, even the ones that are closest to you now and family members, they often come and go, you know? And that's not to say that, oh, we're not going to be friends anymore in the future, me and her, but things happen. So it's not something that I really just wanted to keep in the back of my head like that and just really get sad over it, because it's me. Like, whatever you say, it's your own opinion and that's on you, but I know that I look perfectly fine in what I'm wearing. And B, you don't even buy my clothes. If you're not paying for it, if you're not taking the money out of your bank account to pay for what I wear, then there's no need to insult it. Insult what I'm wearing, insult me for wearing a dress that's past my knees. You didn't buy it, so what does it matter? And you're not going to buy my clothes anyways, so why does it matter, you know? But going past that, what really bothered me was the realization that I've been told that I dress like a grandma for so many years, so many times, for as long as I can remember. Any type of quote unquote friend that I had has at least once told me that I dress like a grandma. And I told you guys in one of my first episodes, very early, I think probably the second episode, that when I was a child, I would have to shop in the women's section of JCPenney. That was a tragic point in my life, and I'm not trying to discredit JCPenney because I still shop there, especially for my jeans, especially for my Levi's jeans. But it was JCPenney and I was 10 years old. So that was not the trend back then. And honestly, I wasn't even surprised that they would call me that at a certain point, because yeah, I'm a 10-year-old dressing in clothing that's really catered to women in their 30s, 40s, and even 50s. But after a while growing up, it really made me feel bad about myself, because I didn't take it as them making fun of my clothing, but I felt that they were making fun of my height indirectly, in a way, because I have to dress like this because the clothes that they wear, the places that they shop, their clothes don't fit me because of my long limbs. And the long limbs, the height, all of that, that's something that I can't even control. And that's what made me feel even worse. I can't make myself shorter unless I get kneecap surgery, which I've definitely considered before, as you probably heard in one of my older episodes. But it made me feel really, really bad about myself. And that comment that she made, because I haven't heard that in a while. It's been like a year, because, you know, COVID-19, I haven't really been in school. I haven't seen people like that. So I haven't heard that in over a year. So her comment really stuck with me for the remainder of the day. And I feel like it's kind of hard to explain the struggle of being tall and shopping. So I figured, I guess that day it would have just been best to keep my mouth shut, which I did, and just show her instead, and show her that the reason that I am struggling, well, not really struggling with clothes, because right now I feel like my wardrobe has definitely upgraded, But the reason that I don't dress like other people is because of my height. So back to the story. We went to the mall anyways to look for clothes for the dinner. So we go to our first store, which is Windsor. And if you don't know Windsor, I think it's pretty much known for its dresses, like prom type dresses. Their dresses are okay and for a reasonable price, but it wasn't really my first choice. But since it was the first store that I saw when we went in there, I was like, screw it, let's just go to Windsor. So we went into Windsor and my friend grabs like 20 different items to try on. And after shopping for so long in malls, you begin to notice patterns, I guess you would say. I know just by looking at it when things are not going to fit me, because that's something you just pick up on after years and years and years of going to malls and trying stuff on and them not fitting. So I know that most of the clothes that she's grabbing can't really fit on a tall body like mine. It's not going to fit correctly, at least. But I didn't say anything, and I just let her grab whatever she thought would, I guess, look good on me. So she's grabbing all this stuff, and I go to the dressing room and I'm trying stuff on, and she's telling me, yeah, show me what it looks like when you put it on. So I'm showing her each time I put something on, and I obviously look in the mirror before I show her, and I look and I'm like, yeah, I knew this was not gonna fit properly. So I show her, and every time I show her something, her reaction was hilarious. She gets super excited at first. I open the curtain, she has a big smile on her face, she looks down and the smile disappears and her eyes go wide like, what the heck? And I'm like, yeah, this is what I was expecting. I don't know what you expected, but this is what I was expecting. And she comes up to me and she tries to fix them, tries to pull something down, but then pull it back up. Pull it up, it's too short. Pull it back down, pull it down. And like my chest is super exposed, and that I don't want to have it exposed in a mall full of people waiting to get into the dressing room, and they're watching me like, can you please hurry up? Because they're already mad at me, and then the exposed chest, I feel like that would make them even madder, but that's besides the point. Her reaction was just hilarious. Her face, her trying to fix it to make it work. No, that's not how it works when you're tall. The skirts never covered my butt fully. And you know those little slits that those dresses have? Yeah, usually it would be in the thigh area. No, it was above my waist. Like you can see my underwear. That's how short it was. The slit was showing my underwear. And we're not even going to talk about the pants. The pants never reached my ankle. It barely went past my knees. They were capri pants. Remember when capri pants was a thing? Those were terrible days, and I never want to go back to those. So yes, I put them back because I'm never, ever going to wear capri pants ever again. Honestly, capri pants are regular jeans for me. Regular jeans for the average height person in America is capri pants on me, and we don't do that. So it was not a good look, but we did end up finding something after going to 50 different stores. We went to Express. We found a nice midi dress. Yeah, remember when she said I dressed like a grandma because she was referring to when I was wearing the midi dress that day? We found a midi dress and she said that it looks great on me. So that was a little bit contradictory at the moment, but honestly, whatever, I was happy with the dress, and that's really all that matters. So if you're a tall girl listening right now who can relate to the whole pant situation, not reaching my ankles, the skirts that don't cover my butt, and the slits in the dresses that show your underpants, just know you're not alone. You are not alone. There's so